let's talk a little bit more about talking about reviews with a business owner. So when you're talking to a business owner, you need to kind of assume in your mind, which may not be the case, but it's a good assumption because at least it gets you prepared for anything, that that business owner, number one, has tried to get reviews and gave up because nobody did it. He asked his customers, they didn't do it, so he went, it's too hard. And then he finally convinced himself over the years that they must not be important because I'm still open. And I've never heard any of my customers say something like, hey, why don't you have reviews? So your job is to enlighten them. And just like we talked about in the other program, in the other video, nobody calls up a client and says, or a business owner and says, hey, Mr. Business Owner, hey, I just want to let you know that I'm not going to be doing business with you because you don't have any reviews, and all the competition around you, they all have really positive reviews. So I chose the guy that had the seem like the friendliest, so I'm going to him. Or better yet, hey, Mr. Business Owner, I'm just calling you up to let you know that I just read your awful review from that person who said that you ripped them off. So I'm not going to be doing business with you. It doesn't happen. But just because that's not happening doesn't mean just because they're not calling and saying that doesn't mean it's not happening. So it's your job as the salesperson to point that out to the business owner and go, look, having bad reviews or no reviews is and it's eating away at your business and you don't even know about it. Listen, Mr. Business Owner, there's a reason why most of the competition in your industry in this town and in the surrounding towns, there's a reason why most of them have positive Google reviews. And I can tell you they're probably working very hard to get them. But we can get you caught up really, really fast to make sure that you stop losing business and make sure that you pick up a couple of different sales, a couple of additional sales per month. So that's how you sell that. And again, you don't need to get too much into, it's good to have some facts and figures. So make sure that they're on the flyer. If you want to know a couple of facts and figures, like what percentage of people are reading reviews, what's the average, how many do they read? It's a nice number to know, but really, you use kind of the join the bandwagon thing. If you're using our method of prospecting through calling businesses that have negative reviews, it's pretty easy. Again, you do have to assume that your business owner is going to think, well, does anyone read that review? Because I've never heard about it. Well, of course you've never heard about it. Nobody's going to call you and tell you that. But reviews are important. People are reading them. And I promise you, Mr. Business Owner, that this time next year, even more people will be reading reviews. I said the same thing last year. Last year at this time, I told people, look, reviews are important, but guess what? This time next year, even more people will be reading reviews as more of us shop online. Just think about your own situation. Like, how many of you look at what you buy online over a year's period as opposed to what you bought online 3 or 4 years ago? It's crazy. I don't know about you, but I do a majority of my shopping online. And also through that process of buying stuff online, I got burned a couple times. I bought something that didn't fit, or I bought something that was too good to be true, and it was crap. And I didn't read the reviews. So guess what? It was just a natural progression for me to read reviews. I want to know what other people are saying about that business before I choose the business. And the cool thing is for all of us is we've become such informed shoppers because it's so easy. We can comparison shop so easily online. So that's why we're doing it. And guess what? People do it for auto repair, and they do it for home improvement, and they do it for their plumber, and they do it for their electrician, and they do it for their limo companies. Limo companies are great. Think about it. A lot of people will save up for, a while, and then they're having the night of their life, their wedding or their work party or whatever the situation is, a prom. And they want to make sure that they have the perfect limo. So they go on and they read those reviews. So if there's a limo company that has no reviews, well, it doesn't have the edge on the other one that does have reviews. So we've picked up a lot of limo companies lately. Limo companies are good. All kinds of different sales type companies are great. Like I said, auto repair is great. Auto accessories, tire stores. We have a ton of tire stores. Any place where having a negative review is going to make somebody think twice before doing business with them. Because having a bad experience is going to cost them a lot of money. They're not buying a pencil. It's not a five and dime store. We're not worried about those. It's the places where people are spending $500, $800, $1,000, $2,000 per purchase. Those people, before you spend that kind of money, you read reviews. Roofing companies. It's a great one right there. Roofing companies. Carpet cleaning companies. All those kind of places. So again, just keep that in mind. That's how you sell a business on reviews. You say, look, there's a reason why most of the businesses in your industry have a bunch of positive reviews. And I assume that the only reason you don't, Mr. Business Owner, or the only reason you have that one negative review is because if you ask your customers to leave a review, they just don't do it. It's really hard to get them to do it. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't oversell. Just tell them the facts. Google reviews are emotional. It's an emotional thing. You can't necessarily quantify it with statistics. People read reviews and it makes them feel emotionally one way or the other. Either makes them feel like, holy crap, I'm going to stay away from that person when they read a bad review, or wow, these guys seem like the nicest guys in town. I'm definitely going to do business with these guys. It's emotional, and that's exactly what reviews are designed to do. So again, share all those with your business. Make sure that you close. You've got to do your ABCs. Always be closing. That's an old saying that's from a million years ago, but it is true. When your client asks you a question, you answer the question, then you go back to the close. So all I need from you today is a yes. Hey, is this the business address you want to use? Is this your business address? Which email address will you be using? And you plow forward. You put a little bit of pressure on them, because if they don't want to do it, or if they have some kind of problem, they're going to tell you. The true objection will come out. But you got to push to get that. Very rarely does a prospect or a business owner ever just blurt out what he's really thinking or she's really thinking. You have to kind of put that pressure on. So again, that's some more sales tips. That should be all the tips that you need. And I think, I kind of repeat myself a little bit in these videos because, again, those are the points, and you need to make sure that you use those. And above all, the secret to the whole thing is you got to prospect a little. You've got to talk to people. So you do need to talk to people, but the cool part about it is that you don't have to sell them on any kind of weird concept. Everyone knows what Google reviews are. Everyone knows they're supposed to have them. They might have forgotten how important they are, but that's your job. You just need to remind them again. Hey, they're really important, but by the way, don't worry about it anymore. You're losing sales and you don't even know it, but I'm going to fix that. What email address do you want me to use? All I need is a yes from you today. Pressure. Put a little pressure. All right, that is it, guys.